Folks, Jade with KnifeJoy, and I am back from the road, and I want to talk to you a little bit about Microtech knives. So Microtech's known for their out-the-front automatic knives, but they have quite a few other variations in their lineup. And we're going to talk a little bit about where they come from. So they started, the Marfiones started their company in, I want to say it's 94, could be 93, but 94 sounds somewhere in the early to mid 90s down in Florida. And they started with I believe it was an out the front was their first one. And now they branched out into quite a few different models. So we're going to talk about a couple of the out the fronts first. Their Ultratech, this is their Ultratech Gen 4, their newest action version. Their smoothest, easiest working action that they've made for these. So this one's got their cool grayish. I didn't even know how cool some of these colors were until I started pulling them out of the box and doing photos for them. So anodized aluminum handle scales. This one's in their double-edged dagger configuration. And like I said, for those of you that have older versions of the Ultratech, you're like, man, they're a little bit difficult to open. These things are smooth. You don't have to do a bunch of finger push-ups to be able to open these things. Their machined clip, which is ambidextrous, so you can Torx bit, unscrew it, and switch it to the other side if you want to. This one's got the glass breaker on the back end there. And the two-tone accents on the hardware, and the thumb opener is kind of cool. So this is their double-edge Ultratech. Then we've got the all-black Ultratech, same generation, same new action, but in a single edge with a black blade. Blacked out machine clip, same option there. You can switch it to be left-handed or right-handed. Glass breaker on the back end. And again, their newest generation, smoothest opening. It's their smoothest, easiest opening out the front that they've ever made. So I'm kind of excited to have some of those. And then sticking with the automatic theme, but going to the side opener knives, their LUDT. The newest generation of the LUDT, they brought back the grip inserts. They've added Torx bit to their hardware, so it's easier to take down, clean, modify things if you need to, a little bit easier to work on, and an extremely snappy side opening action. So when you're working with one of these, hook that clip with your pinky or your ring finger, have a good grip on this thing, because when you open that thing, and there's a lot of mass in the blade and a lot of springy action, it could whip out of your hand and go flying, and then now you're either sending it in for warranty work or crying about it later. So this one is in their black handle finish. I'm going to pinch that really tightly with a Tonto grind blade. And then this one, so same grip inserts. This one only has, they don't have an ambidextrous clip option on some of these. Torx bit hardware, and then it's in their camo Cerakote pattern. Even on the Tonto grind, they put that Cerakote, which is kind of cool. And a little bit of a two-tone, so they smooth off part of that once they coat it. So you've got a great camo finish, cool two-tone effects with the hardware and the insert and the clip. And then a back attachment for a lanyard if you put a pocket lanyard or something like that on your knife. Then we're going to talk about a couple of their manual folders. So for those of you that don't like an automatic knife, or your state doesn't allow it, or something like that, they've got a lot of manual options as well. So their MSI folder, good, solid, full-size grip, good, solid, full-size blade. This one's in a cool two-tone finish with a partially, they call it part serrate, partially serrated blade. I don't think I cut myself there. If we do, we'll edit that out when the blood starts coming. Their ram lock, locking action on the backside there, and then you can swap the clip out with the Torx bits and go left-handed or right-handed carry on that if you want to. Easy to open from either side because of that giant thumb slot there. And a good solid grip, good choil position there, easy to hold on to. And then this one, so they have, that was a G10 handle. This is in their synthetic handle material. They got a cool grippy pattern on there. But same features. Ambidextrous clip option, solid, positive engaging, durable ram lock, And then easy to open thumb slot from either side, whether you're left-handed or right-handed. And this one's got a cool gray two-tone finish on the blade as well. And I really like these, I don't know if they're calling it a Warncliffe or a Tonto, reverse Tonto blade or whatever. Super usable blade shape. Even if you're just opening boxes with it, that blade shape's really easy to use, really good to cut things with. And a good solid full-size blade and handle on that one. I'm not 100% sure it's a knife that started them off, that version, but if not, it was one of their early designs, and that is the Halo. Now, this is the newest version of the Halo. It just came out recently, but they've done several variations. I believe this is the fourth. Could be, I think, yeah, fourth version of the Halo that's come out. So it's an out-the-front knife, button release out the front. Super enjoyable and good sounding, snappy action on that. But one of the different things about this is to retract the blade, unlike the Ultratech where it's the same lever that comes back and forth. You're going to unlock it with that button, which unlocks the charging handle, which draws the knife back into the locked position, reset that charging handle, and now it's back and it's ready to go condition. So again, the button releases it, snaps out. Man, that's a good sized blade on that. But to retract the blade, hit the release button, pull the charging handle to the rear till it snaps back, seat that charging handle all the way forward. Now it's back in its locked position and it's ready to go. Cool machine to clip on this one, and I like what they're doing with the ball bearing there. It's super easy in and out of the pocket. It's not going to tear your jeans up and whatever pants you're wearing. Your Lululemon yoga pants, maybe. That's what you're wearing, right? Okay. But the Halo is a cool knife. I've got one of their original ones. I'm probably going to try to keep one of these as well. They don't come out that often, and they do them in new generations every so often. So the Halo knife there. And let's talk a little bit about their packaging and what comes with the Microtech. So you get a nice, solid, durable lift-off box. It's going to come with some paperwork, which I'm trying not to fumble. It's coming with one of their stickers, some more product information on that card, QR code for cleaning and maintenance. And that's important, especially on the out-the-front knives. You don't want to over-oil them or things like that. They can get gunked up in there. So you do want to pay attention to how they recommend you treat and care for those, especially on the out-the-fronts. And then some more info on that card. And then it's usually going to come with some kind of caution. This is a sharp edge. They're knives, people. They should be sharp. But they want to warn you just a little bit more. Those are the sharpiest of sharps. So we are very proud to have a good selection of Microtech knives on the website. I'm super stoked to get a couple of these new ones in, and now that I've checked out the Gen 4 on the Ultratech, I'm going to look at grabbing one of those as well. If not, or the Halo, one or the other, probably not both. So Microtech Knives at KnifeJoy. Thanks, folks.